How's it going, everybody? My name's Will Robson. You can check out my work at facebook.com/RobsonInc or on Twitter at RobsonInc. So, I haven't uploaded the rest of this series in a while, but I figured I'd just try and get the rest of the videos out here. So now we're going to tackle Gamora. This is the Star Wars and Guardians of the Galaxy film poster crossover. This is a print I've made for Comic Cons because I do a bunch of cons around London, so I've been selling them there and having great response. So this is now, since time has passed, this is in my old sort of art style. If you notice, I'm doing a lot of thin to thick and a lot of sort of my old school rendering and stuff, but I found that recently it's been a bit sloppy. I've been looking at more artists like Freddie Williams and J. Scott Campbell, and they do a lot of sort of everything's the same line width to begin with, and then afterwards you add what's it called? A contour line, which is the black line that goes around everything, so like the characters just pop a bit more, and then you add line weights at the end. So I found this way to be a lot more helpful in sort of getting the exact sort of look of everything, because the thing about doing this thin to thick is if you don't really know your line weights, then you can potentially have too thick bits in some places and too thin bits in other places. So I've sort of stopped doing that. So as you can see, I've got my reference picture of Gamora here. I'm obviously not copying the image exactly. You saw me breaking down the form by myself. I'm just obviously using it as a reference because I don't know how to exactly draw this certain type of character. It's very good to have all those form lines in there. You can see around her face I have all the sort of directions, so I know where to put her head. It just helps you break down things much faster. And the great thing about working digitally is that obviously you can click undo, because for some reason I can't do hair in one easy stroke. You see me clicking undo quite a bit when it comes to hair, but I've gotten slightly better than that. So this was recorded back in July. It's November now of 2015. So a lot of different stuff with my art has happened since then. I've obviously progressed a bit more, which is always good. Excuse me. And yeah, as you said, I'm going to be releasing a video of me drawing a Batman, which shows more of the style. It's called the Freddie Williams method, or the How to Draw Comics, the DC, or How to Digitally Draw Comics the DC way, I believe it is, or DC's Guide to Digitally Drawing Comics. That's it. So there's a book called DC's Guide to Digitally Drawing Comics. It's something that Freddie Williams does, and I noticed that J. Scott Campbell does it a lot as well. Because I've slowly been progressing with my art. I've been this stuff right here is a bit more Capullo-ish influence. Now I've got more of a J. Scott Campbell and Todd Knock influence into my work. So here I'm just sort of going in again and adding a bit more detail with pencils before I go and ink it, just so I know exactly what it is I need to be doing. I added the form, and then these are the pencils. It's good to break this stuff down so that you know exactly what you're doing. Excuse me. I feel like I've rewatched some of my videos and I always have this silly little cough in the background, which is very annoying, so I apologize for that. So recently I've been trying to move away from digital, which is this stuff, and I've been moving towards traditional and doing this sort of Freddie Williams style of one line weight to begin with, and then adding a contour line, and then adding your line weights. Really helps with that because you don't have to really focus on getting all your line weights exactly correct traditionally. And I've also been using a lot of Copics. If you've seen my sketch card videos, I've been slowly getting better and better at doing that, and I've been going to a ton of cons in the UK and sort of doing sketch covers for people, and that's been really fun. I've had really good response from that. And that noise in the background is my dog moving, because he's being noisy. He doesn't know that I'm recording. So Gamora was quite fun to do. I always like drawing women more than men, because I think I'm just vaguely a bit better at it. I think I'm better at drawing a pretty woman than I am a handsome man, because I mean, drawing a handsome man, you really have to know your anatomy, where drawing women is more just focusing on the overall shape of everything. So my line weights are quite thick here. But yeah, she's obviously supposed to be the Princess Leia character in this video. So what I'm doing here now with all the line weights is what I do at the end of my process now. Instead of doing it all in one go, it comes at the end. But obviously you could still do it this way. This is more in the sort of 90s style of thin to thick for every single line. And that's the thing, is like, as an artist, you just grow and you try different things and you find different things that work. Like there may be, and then there may be other people that think like, oh, I like the way it used to look, but it's really down to you the way you want it to look. And again, I recommend anybody that's struggling with art to try digital out, because the ability to click undo is a tremendous tool to have. And I know you can technically click undo in traditional with whiteout or white gel ink pens, which I use a lot as well. But there's a certain confidence level that comes with traditional that you can't get with digital. I mean, when you're digital, you're full of confidence because you can just keep clicking undo until you're satisfied. You can flip that image, which I do a lot, to see how it looks in reverse, because if it looks good one way, it will definitely look good the other way. And what I was trying to do was highlights in the hair, and I'm looking back at this video now and I did this completely incorrectly, because I was trying to show those whites in the hair is where I was saying that's where the light is hitting the darkness of her hair, but I figured out a better way to do that now, which I'll try and show in a video coming soon. I've also been working on my own creator-owned book, which I don't want to give anything away for, but I'm hoping to pitch it to a bunch of different companies that I've been in good contacts with, and hopefully things will happen with that. You never know. What am I doing here? I must be taking a break. I have this sped up to like 1000% of what the actual speed was. This whole drawing took, I think, about 8 or 9 hours in the end to do. So here I'm adding the details on her legs, and like the thing about drawing people from films is that the costume designers make them so detailed, which is completely different from comics, where it looks like there's a level of detail in comics, but really it might just be the anatomy or something like that, because you need to draw these characters over and over and over again. Where in a film, obviously, it's you want a visually striking, detailed image every second, so you have to sit now and do all these little details that you would never add if you were designing this to be drawn over and over again. But it was really good fun. It's still my favourite Marvel film as well. So if you guys are at any of the London-based cons, I'm always at those. Now I always have a booth where I'm selling this print and convention sketches and stuff like that. And yeah, it's been a really fun experience. This is the first year I've actually tried to do it by myself instead of being associated with another book or another company. By that I mean, like, usually I would go there being with a company that I've worked with and I'll do sketches there, but now having my own booth and advertising myself, it's been tremendously more profitable and more fun as well. And I know a lot of you guys that have watched my videos have come up and said, hey, how's it going, which has been really great, and made a few friends along the way with that, which is really cool. So here's my big reference photo that I saved. I saved a bunch of images. It seems like I'm trying to do the Star-Lord Star Wars logo in this video as well. One thing I don't like about Manga Studio 5 is that you can't preview the text. In Manga Studio 4 you could see the text before you laid it down. This time you have to sort of do a blind guessing game of what the text actually looks like. So what I'm doing here is I'm transforming it, and I'm free transforming it, which is under the Edit tab, just to make it so it has that forced perspective of the text moving away from you. And I'm trying to make it look as close to the original text as possible. I also figured out along the way that the Star and the Lord run on different paths, so I believe I cut them up and try them out differently. See, this is what I'm talking about, the blind guessing game. You keep going through text and text and text until you think you found the text you're looking for. But it is nice that you can do stuff like this where you can move it around, spacing next to each other. So yeah, then I realized, like, oh wait, I have to draw a bit more onto this text, so I connected the S and the T, and I'm still trying to layer it over it. And then I get a white brush here, which is it's a bunch of stuff from Manga Studio 4. It's sort of a debris brush, I like to call it, which is just a bunch of specks, and that's how I do most of my stars, is I just trickle it on there. So I think I'm tackling most of the text now. I'm just tackling that. So as you can see, it's slowly coming together. It's nice to see the actual image in the background. It helps me put this together. And again, the colorist did an amazing job on the final image, which hopefully I'll be able to show you if I actually ever bloody finish this drawing series. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. You can check out my work at facebook.com/RobsonInc or on Twitter @RobsonInc. I've been Will Robson. See you later.